Au nom du peuple gabonais.
In the name of the people of Gabon and as guarantors of the institutions, we have decided to defend peace by putting an end to the current regime. To this end, the general elections of the 26th of August 2023 and the truncated results are cancelled. The borders are closed until further notice. All the institutions of the Republic are dissolved.
Sont annulés.
Exactly is going on at the moment is actually that there's been a recent election, and it would appear that the military are not quite happy about the results that have been announced. They are quite definitive that it was rigged. Now, Gabon has a history of, the Omar Bongo family, the Odimba family, ruling for several decades. Omar Bongo Odimba ruled for 42 years, and afterwards his son was imposed on the country, and he is now attempting his third consecutive presidential term, and they're not quite happy about it. And what usually tends to happen in Gabon is that after the elections, internet is shut down so that opposition parties are not able to collate independently the results, and the government announces what they wish and get on with it. And I think this time the country has had enough. The military decided that they would have to intervene, and that's what's happening at the moment.
And tell us more about Ali Bongo and his family.
Well, Ali Bongo began to rule sometime in the 1960s, and he ruled for 42 years. And there are a couple of French military bases in Gabon, and the agreement was that anytime there was an attempted coup, that the military base will intervene on his behalf. So he managed to hang on for 42 good years. And afterwards, when he died, his son was, by the influence of France, his son was imposed on the country. And because of the military might on base, it has been impossible to really get rid of him. And I think that he's done the 2 terms. The son, Odimba, has done the 2, Ali Bongo has done the 2 terms, and it would appear that he has attempted the 3rd term, and even the 3rd term, the citizens are quite definitive that the election has been rigged. And they thought that there has to be a way of intervening to stop the Omar Bongo monarchy, as it were.
I'm Ali Bongo Ondimba, President of Gabon, and I'm to send a message to all the friends that we have all over the world to tell them to make noise, For the people here have arrested me and my family. My son is somewhere, my wife is in another place, and I'm at the residence. Right now, I'm in the residence. And nothing is happening. I don't know what's going on. So I'm calling you to make noise, really.
Ce jour, 30 août 2023, nous, forces de défense et de sécurité, réunis au sein du Comité pour la transition et la restauration des institutions, CTRI, au nom du peuple gabonais et garant de la protection des institutions, avons décidé de défendre la paix en mettant fin au régime en place. À cet effet, les élections générales du 26 août 2023 ainsi que les résultats tronqués sont annulés. Les frontières sont fermées jusqu'à nouvel ordre. Toutes les institutions de la République sont dissoutes, notamment le gouvernement, le Sénat, l'Assemblée nationale, la Cour constitutionnelle, le Conseil économique, social et environnemental, le Conseil gabonais des élections.
It is by now a well-worn script. This, the 8th military coup in Western and Central Africa over the last 3 years. Gabonese military officers announcing their takeover on state television.
Toutes les institutions de la République.
Institutions were dissolved, they said, borders closed, and President Ali Bongo under house arrest, from where he issued a plea to his friends for help.
I don't know what's going on. So I'm calling you to make noise, really. I'm thanking you.
Many people did make noise out on the streets, but in celebration. Thanks to the army, said this man. We're liberated, shouted another. Bongo's reign is over. Part of a family dynasty in power for over 50 years, Bongo was just declared the winner of elections analysts say many people suspect were rigged.
And they welcomed the coup. That's, if the election had been credible, that perhaps that reaction would have been different.
Gabon is rich in oil and minerals, but that wealth hasn't trickled down to the hands of ordinary people. Gabon's former colonizer, France, has condemned the coup. France reaffirms its wish for the election results once known to be respected, says this government spokesman. Anti-French sentiment has grown, not just in Gabon, but in other former French colonies where military juntas now rule. One of the coup leaders, Gabon's head of the Presidential Guard, General Nguema, is expected to play a key role in the coming days, feted here by soldiers calling him president. Margaret Evans, CBC News, London.